Let's go pitcher over 8K. Start us off, Ducey.
Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be back talking ball. I think that this is a tough one right now because you look at the options. Freddie Peralta is the most expensive one, maybe a little too pricey. He is probably my favorite option, but there's real weather concerns there. In Chicago, we saw last night what the weather can do. You look around, Lucas Giolito in a funk, Joe Musgrove probably the most likely to win, but he's been really underwhelming from a fantasy perspective. So I think I have to fall on a guy that I don't really like to play a whole lot, but a guy that's been red hot over the last, 2 months, maybe even 3 months, and that's Luis Castillo. Hardly a bad play. $10,000 is going to be expensive, but when you talk about the strikeout upside with him, he hasn't gone under 7 strikeouts in his last 4 starts, and he's got a very good matchup tonight against the Cleveland Indians, a team that doesn't make a lot of hard contact. They rank near the bottom of the league in the last 2 weeks. So you don't have to worry about the home runs like you do sometimes with Luis Castillo with that high velocity, sometimes has a tendency to give up a lot of hard hit balls. Jose Ramirez is really the only guy you have to worry about. They're trotting out like a AAA lineup these days. I mean, Franmil Reyes is there as well, but Nick Miller or Owen Miller is I watched too much New Girl. Owen Miller is the guy that is really did the damage against the Tigers yesterday. So I'm not really worried about Cleveland. I like firing up Luis Castillo.
Okay, Paul, what about you? Who are you going to fire up? A pitcher over 8K. 5 games on this slate.
Kenny was all over it. I'm right with him. Freddie Peralta is putting up video game numbers in his last 10 starts, guys, allowing only 25 hits. I had to check this a couple of times. 25 hits in his last 57 and a third innings pitched for a 129 batting average while striking out 71 batters and allowing only 4 homers along the way. He faces a weak Cubs offense that's 2-10 in their last 10 outings, and it'll cost you 10 grand, as was indicated. Luis Castillo, priced at 10 grand even, will be facing the Indians on the road tonight and is on one of his best streaks of the year over his last 10 starts, a 4-1 record backed by a 1.70 ERA in his last 63 innings pitched. His whip is a decent 1.19 despite 49 hits allowed and only 4 homers in that stretch. So good numbers for him. But I land on Joe Musgrove for $8,500, the cheapest in this range, and looks like a solid option based on his quality of his last 3 starts, covering 19 innings, surrendering only 13 hits and 5 walks while striking out 20 batters. These numbers aren't fluke. Opposing batters are hitting only 195 and a whip of .97 over his 122 innings pitched on the season, while he struck out 139 batters. The Miami team is batting ranked 27th in OPS on the season. So all that adds up to a nice bet for me on Joe Musgrove tonight at $8,500.